Okay, wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. First strike! Hey guys, this is Ryan here, also known as MrMightyMcD, and today I've got some classic Slayer action on Boneyard. The gameplay isn't all that important, it's meant to act more of a backdrop for what I'm going to talk to you guys about, which is the new additions Bungie has put into Halo Reach with the small update you guys might have received a couple of days back, and the other things Bungie's got planned in store for us from the weekly update, which sounds pretty good to be honest. I know you're going to hate me for this, but I need to address what's been happening with my videos. In particular, the whole Halo Reach solo legendary walkthrough thing. Now, I know some of you enjoyed that, but I'm going to discontinue it, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm just not feeling it, to be honest. I'd be much happier putting up a walkthrough of a game than commentating over it, because I think it's insanely boring on my part and yours to have me talk for, I don't know, 50 parts of me just talking about the action, what you can do to get over this hurdle, or what you can do to improve, since I think you're viewing it anyway, and I've heard from a couple of people that it'd be better to make it more like a let's play, but sort of isn't my thing, since I like to save my topics for future commentaries, and that's what I'm going to do, so sorry about that. And I know that you can make a live let's play, but I'm using the USB microphone you get with Rock Band, and I look like a big enough twat, and I don't have, you know, a microphone that captures the sound around the room and can capture my voice from further away, so, you know, I can't really do that, so I'm sorry about that. But I hope you guys can forgive me, and instead I'm going to try and start sort of fresh with the whole walkthrough thing. On Wednesday, I'm going to start my Sonic 4 playthrough, since I am a raging Sonic fanboy, if you didn't know. And no, I'm not going to do any Sonic impressions, they will only piss you off. No. So, sorry if that disappoints the one guy who likes to hear my Sonic impressions, aka me. But I probably will do a walkthrough down the line of Black Ops, the single player on Veteran, but we'll see. Anyway, as I said, Bungie released a title update that mostly addresses the playlist and fixes some minor things. One of the big things you'll notice is that SWAT now has its own players, thank God, and Rocket Race is in multi-team, yay! And nobody cares. Oh, I find it fun. But there are some small things that you guys might miss, and I'm going to break that down from Bungie.net. So in Rumble Pit, they've added Crazy King, which is a welcome addition in my opinion. I love Crazy King. It's just hectic fun. And they've added Juggernaut, which I haven't played yet, but I didn't like it so much in the beta. I felt the Juggernaut was so bloody overpowered, but anyway. With Team Slayer, they've removed SWAT, as expected, but they've removed Classic, which I didn't mind at times, to be honest. But since SWAT has its own players, it doesn't mean it has its own fair share of tweaks. For example, Hemorrhage, or Hemorrhoids, as some people might call it, Chris Payton, has now been removed, since the map is just too big and is not fun at all for SWAT. Seriously, how can you play SWAT on Hemorrhage? It's ridiculous. But Zealot has been replaced with Arena Zealot, which is another great thing for SWAT, which basically means you little bastards who get me out of the lift and me and my friends, and just like, I'm going to camp up in space. Well, you can't do that anymore, thank God. Other little players tweaks was that Boardwalk has been removed in Arena Doubles. The map was just way too big, similarly with the Hemorrhage and SWAT. The Snipers and Boneyard has been removed. The Big Team Battle, which is fair enough, I guess, but the players weren't the only little tweaks they had. There was some maps and game type tweaks, but I'm not going to bore you guys with all the details, but instead, if you want to look into that, there's a link in the description for all that, and it's all there for you. So now I'm going to move on to update number 2. Now, Bungie hasn't given the full lowdown on what this update is going to offer, but they are expecting in the next weekly update to give the whole shabomb of details. But it seems that campaign matchmaking is finally being added, which is good for the people who want to get those co-op campaign challenges but don't have their buddies online at a time. But there is 2 new players subject to appear, and one of them is Team Snipers, which I think is great, since most of the time I just didn't want to snipe in Team Slayer, I wasn't feeling it, and I think sniping is more fun in Halo Reach, to say the least, compared to Halo 3. And while I did have a lot of fun playing Team Snipers in Halo 3, it just doesn't feel as great as it is in Reach, so that's nice. And also it can keep all those kids who just want to go for the sniper all the time in their own little playlist. And the other one was that Living Dead is coming and will be filled with some infection variants. And while this might be fun, I think it's going to need some user-created zombie maps or game types to keep it interesting. Because if the infection game types are like the ones in Rumble Pit at the moment, I think a lot of people would be disappointed, since safe havens and normal infection kind of suck for the zombies. I mean, there's just not enough health for them. It's quite a big advantage for the humans. God. But anyway, it seems there's some other playlists coming as well, such as an MLG, Major League Gaming playlist, which should appear before the Christmas break. And why it isn't probably coming earlier, it's because Bungie want to make sure that the guys over at MLG have their maps and game types fully realised and ready for matchmaking. They don't want any crap. And I now know that you can download some of the MLG variants of some of the maps off their website, or by checking most downloaded map variants on Halo Reach, but it seems they're not the final versions and there's still some tweaks to be had. Other talk was about Bungie having a Griffball playlist, and I didn't really play much Griffball and Halo 3, but you know, it's good for the people that want it. And lastly, I'm going to move on to the most exciting addition coming to Reach in the few weeks, and that's Forged Community Map Players. What this means is that Bungie are going to pick the best of the best maps made by the community that could just be fantastic fun. And I think it's going to feel a lot like Action Sack from Halo 3, but I hope they balance the credit system right, because I didn't like how in Action Sack I was having fun and getting nothing for it, really. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this commentary. If you want to read some more information on the weekly update and the updates coming for Halo Reach, then links are in description. Anyway guys, thanks you for watching. Final score of the match was 18 kills, 3 deaths. And if you enjoyed this video or any of my other videos, then please help me out by subscribing. It means a lot. So thanks guys, and I'll now leave you with today's question. If you wanted one thing improved in Halo Reach, what would it be and why? Don't forget to leave your comments down below.